Hello and welcome to another episode of News from the Van. We wish it didn't have to be this long since the last episode, but the boys have been so busy getting the magazine ready, we just haven't had time to film one of these. Oh yeah, hadn't you heard? Issue 199 will be available very soon for just £5 of your British pounds from all good BMX shops, indoor skate parks and from the Ride UK website. Now that I've got that shameless plug out the way, let's get on with it. Starting off with sponsorship news. Nick Bruce has officially parted ways with Total BMX. Nick has thanked Total for the 6 years of support and said he wants to explore something new and closer to home. It's now become clear who Brad Sims' bike sponsor will be after leaving Fit at the start of the year. I say bike sponsor in a loose term because it isn't actually a BMX brand. Brad will now be riding mountain bikes for Canyon. Australian bowl blaster Dylan Lewis is now riding for Eclat. This was announced with a 1.5 minute black and white video of Dylan doing what he does best, blasting to the moon. On to video news now. The Kink team have spent a week in Miami and have produced a heavy video as a result. The video is suitably called Miami Heat and is up to watch on the Ride UK site now. On the topic of Florida, Colt sent Chase Hawk, Sean Ricani and Dakota Roche to Florida to film a video and the results are spectacular. For me, Chase Hawk stole the show with his timeless style and unbelievable bike control throughout. Harry Barrett and Michael Atwell have filmed a video in London for S&M Bikes. These lads sure packed a lot into this 4.5 minute video with one hell of an ender. Entity BMX Shop helped pump life into their local scene the other weekend by running the Turn Down at Ferndown Jam. There is a video of what went down up on the Ride UK site now if you fancy checking it out. And I would say that's brought us nicely to events news. A comp was held at the Loading Bay skate park in Glasgow last week. I thought it was slightly odd to hold a contest on a Tuesday evening, but maybe that's just how things are done north of the border. From what I can tell, the winner is chosen by online votes, and at the time of us filming this video, the results are yet to be released. Anyhow, it looked like a good time. Simple Session have announced they will be putting on an event in August. This won't be the typical Simple Session we all know and love, but it's a pretty good compromise all things considered. Their plan is to hold a street-only contest with 30 riders and skaters. If possible, they're hoping to invite more riders. They plan on having seating for 500 spectators and a further capacity of 2,000 at an outdoor festival area watching on a big screen. Don't feel like you have to travel to see it though, there will be a live stream on their YouTube channel as well. The UCI Urban Cycling World Championships went down in France the other week. This was the first major pro event to happen since all this COVID malarkey began, so it gave us a good glimpse at who had been working hard to progress during the lockdowns. The men's podium had Logan Martin taking the win, Daniel Sandoval in second and Martin Rantz in third, while the women's had Hannah Roberts in first, Nikita Darakos in second and Charlotte Worthington in third. Shortly following this event, the countries heading to the Olympics were announced. The 8 countries sending men to Tokyo will be the United States, Australia, Russia, Great Britain, Japan, Venezuela, France and Costa Rica. And the 8 countries sending women will be the United States, Germany, Great Britain, Switzerland, Russia, Chile, Australia and Japan. Team GB will be represented by Declan Brooks and Charlotte Worthington. Unfortunately, it's not all been smiles and rainbows in BMX recently. News came out that Matt Hoffman and his wife Jackie have been involved in a serious car accident. Jackie is okay, but details are pretty scarce on how Matt is doing. I'm sure he'll pull through this just like he has with every other injury he's sustained. Vert legend and OG Bristol side rider Jason Davies has sadly passed away. Tributes came pouring in for Jason all over social media, with people sharing memories and stories of Jason. It's clear that he's left a lasting impression on much of the UK BMX scene. When news reached us that Simon Tabron had suffered a heart attack and a stroke, many people would have thought it would have been the end of his riding career, myself included. Well, it pleases me to see that Simon isn't just back on his bike, but he's blasting 10-foot high tables and 540s on the vert ramp again. What an inspiration. That's all from this episode of News from the Van. We'll hopefully be back soon to bring you more of what's been happening in BMX.